It's November 15th, and somehow we're standing here with no new Apple TV, no new AirTag, and no new HomePod. This silence feels strange, especially when leaks from Mark Gurman repeatedly pointed toward new hardware landing in November. He talked about stock levels dropping. He highlighted the HomePod Mini's low inventory, and in his recent Power On newsletter, he even said Apple was preparing for something between November 11th and 12th. Instead, all Apple delivered was a holiday sales push. No products, nothing. And after months of hearing that these devices were imminent, the disappointment is real. The Apple TV is the clearest example. It's still running the A15 chip, and while that chipset can manage 2025 and even early 2026, it remains outdated for what Apple is trying to build with Apple Intelligence. The box can't run those features at all. It needs at least the A17 Pro or a baseline A18. Apple refreshes MacBooks and iPhones yearly, yet the Apple TV continues to sit untouched. Gurman's repeated hints suggested a refresh was close, and many of us genuinely expected one. Instead, it looks like Apple is kicking the update into 2026. The situation is identical to AirTag. Released in 2021, it still relies on the U1 chip, while new iPhones have the U2 ultra-wideband processor worse. The AirTag has been at the center of security concerns, from people disabling the speaker to using it for stalking. A refreshed model could improve safety, reinforce the alert system, and modernize the chipset, but that still hasn't happened. By early 2026, the AirTag will be 5 years old without a single update, far beyond what anyone expected, especially after leaks claimed a new version was on the way. Then there's the HomePod Mini, which launched in 2020 and still uses the ancient S5 chip from the Apple Watch Series 5. Apple updated the colors but changed nothing else, even as Apple Intelligence becomes a key part of the ecosystem. With S10 already here and S11 coming next year, the gap is massive. And with Gurman pointing to inventory drops, the expectation again seemed justified. Yet Apple hasn't refreshed it, and it's hard to ignore how out of place this product now feels in Apple's lineup. Looking ahead, the hope now shifts to early 2026. The Apple TV desperately needs an A17 Pro, A18, or A18 Pro. The AirTag needs modern tracking hardware and better protection against tampering. The HomePod Mini needs a real chip capable of supporting Apple Intelligence. And this time, the expectation is simple. No more unfulfilled predictions based on current patterns, leaks, and the age of these products. An early 2026 release window is the most realistic timeline. Pricing is expected to remain similar to current models. Apple TV likely starting around $129 to $149, AirTag around $29 to $39, and HomePod Mini in the $99 range when the refreshed versions finally arrive.